defensively. He needs help this club.
They got Tony Snell. Nerlens Noel is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Crawford at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. The feed to Kid Gilchrist. Lets it go from the wing.
You know, when the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it, move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot, no matter what else was going on.
And there's the foul, and it's on Jimmer Fredette. That is his first foul of the game for the Nuggets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Taylor comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Jeremy Lin. Here's Crawford. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 3 assists in the game.
It's amazing. Isaiah Thomas is just a fighter. He's adapted and thrived at every level. In his 3 years at the University of Washington, he got better and better each season. And in the NBA, barely even projected to make the league. He's outplayed his competition and continued to improve.
Crawford, no one around him. And it's Denver scoring again.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And for Thomas, success born of maturity and dedication. Clark, he said he had to grow up young, going to a boarding school at 16.
Yeah, school across the country from his family. I mean, that can't be easy when you're only 16 years old. He said he hated it at the time, but it's really what made him go from being a boy into being a self-sufficient man. And you can't discount that in his development.
Outside Westbrook. Noah with a screen on Thomas. Crawford with the steal. Here's Taylor. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. And Westbrook, here we go. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
And offensively, they have yet to hit a shot. Slow start here to the second half.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Pass to Fredette. Into Noah. To halt the run. No luck. Great D that time from Jordan.
4 straight misses. They've got to find a way to get back on track.
Outside Thomas. Pass to Faried. 6 to shoot. Taylor kicks to Thomas. Jacks up a 3. Faried at the elbow. Crawford outside. Here's the 3. Love grabs the board. Love's got 5 rebounds tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
On offense, here are the Nuggets. Right now, they're a 9-0 run. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Dudley's checked in. Cleveland on defense. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Thomas kicks to Taylor. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Taylor's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Not a whole lot that they're doing right defensively at this stage after playing a pretty solid first half.
Passes it to Kid Gilchrist. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Thomas with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. The offensive rebound. Here's Faried. No good with the layup. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And he jams it with authority.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. Jordan sets the pick for Thomas. Shot clock at 5. And that's good for 2. Thomas got 8 points. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Thomas against Westbrook. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist missing 6 weeks last season with a broken hand. And frankly, he took a step back overall. His numbers getting worse almost across the board.
He misses the free throw. Brandon Bass is checked in for Denver. So he comes up empty, missing both. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, second overall pick back in 2012. And Clark, as you know, an NCAA champion. You saw it firsthand with Kentucky.
Yeah, you know, I like his disposition, and I love his motor. I mean, his defense, his size, athleticism. He's an excellent rebounder for his position and size. He can defend up to 3 or 4 positions on the court. You know, you look at him, and I don't like to compare guys, Kevin, but, you know, he reminds me a bit of a young Gerald Wallace type.
Here's Crawford. The shot misses. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
I thought he'd make that one. And that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Well, as you know, Isaiah Thomas has had to work his whole life. He's been overlooked at nearly every level, but just uses it to fuel his play. As Thomas said, I just play my heart out. That's how I've known how to play since day one. I've always been the smallest guy on the court every time I've been on it. It's no different. I just like to play hard. Guys, back to you.
Not the biggest guy, but boy, he is quick, Doris. I think that's one of his advantages.
And for Kidd-Gilchrist, the knock has always been about his outside shooting ability. You know, his shot has a big hitch in it. He shoots it on the way down, so there's a lot of fundamental issues with that stroke.
Here's Denver now. They're on a 16-6 run. Great communication on the alley-oop. Bass has got the lead up to 10 now for Denver.
Boy, you got to love it. Picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
You know what, too? Yeah, but it almost makes it a little more special, Kevin. Just grace over power is the way I see it.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Well, you look at that shooting motion for MKG. Boy, that thing is broke at this point. It's going to be hard for him to fix it, but I think he can. I think it's still not beyond being modified. If that happens, the sky's the limit. He just turned 21, so he's got a chance to get that jumper right.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Snell's checked in. Westbrook against Thomas. Love with the screen on Thomas. Here's Dudley. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Dudley's got 5.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Noah against Crawford. A nice shot by Jordan.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Westbrook can't get it to go.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Bass's shot. Good.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
Westbrook again. It's Thomas. Westbrook kicks to Love. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Spates checked in for Noah. Stauskas comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Fredette in for Jared Dudley.
He's got a nice stroke from long range, and he's not likely to pass up those opportunities when he gets them.
Jordan sets the pick for Thomas. The dish now to Snell. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his third foul of the game. Udo's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Now, here's Thomas. He's got 8. Lets it go with the 3. Now Fredette. Outside Westbrook. Stauskas kicks to Westbrook. Over to the left wing. And it's Denver with the rebound. Bass passes to Thomas. The Nuggets with another miss.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. He'll knock that down more often than not.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
He feeds it to Snell. The pass to Bass. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And that's a record that I always thought would stand forever. No one's come close to it for decades.
Knocks it loose. The Nuggets have been after free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far.
Now, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
George Hill's checked in for Denver. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Here's Fredette. To the middle. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Miller with a wide open look. Drops one in from the wing. Miller's got 6 points. The try by Hill. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. The 19-foot shot. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Spates has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He dishes it to Miller. There's 1:38 left to play in the third. And there's the foul. It's on Brandon Bass. Denver making a switch here. Taylor's checked in. And then for Cleveland, Haslam comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Stauskas. Here's Miller. Soft touch off the glass. Miller's got 4 points this quarter.
He's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Andre Miller does a lot of things well on the floor, but he's not really a long-range shooter, so he needs the ball in his hands to be effective in your offense.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Dishes it to Fredette. Feeds it to Spates. Off the mark from 16 feet out. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. Their execution has been on point.
And another gap in the defense found right there. This is one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen.
Spates with a screen on Hill.